It's exhibition basketball here on ESPN. The East All-Stars come in with a buzzsaw defense that slices and dices opponents. They know how to shut down an offense. They will be squaring off versus the West All-Stars, who come in with a defense that has to be seen to be believed. This squad will be in your... Welcome aboard, Hoop fans. We're here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Bob Steele here with Rod West at my side. Let's take a quick look at the starters tonight. Who's going to shine out there, Rod?
Kevin Garnett is a 20-point-plus scorer a game, Bob, so the defense better not forget to keep an eye on it.
Thanks, Rod. Let's head courtside for the player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention courtside for the player introductions for the Western All-Stars. At forward, Chris Webber. Also at forward, Kevin Garnett. At guard, Kobe Bryant. Also at guard, Steve Francis. At center, Tim Duncan. And now it's time to do the starting lineup for your Eastern All-Stars. At the center position, from Georgetown, 7'2". Number 55, Dikembe Mutombo. At forward, from Kentucky, 6'9", number 8, Antoine Walker. Also at forward, from North Carolina, 6'6", number 23, Michael Jordan. At guard, from Georgetown, 6'1", number 3, Allen Iverson. Also at guard, from California, 6'4", number 5, Jason.
The Western All-Stars
get the opening tip. Passes. They push it inside. Fires from the right block. Drains the first bucket of the game.
Duncan fades on this shot, and that's what makes it so impressive.
Looks like he thought he needed a little more space than he had, and it turns out he was right. Walker inbounds the ball. Pass to the paint. Walker unloads 10 feet out, gets back iron and out.
Walker has to score in that situation. When you're that much better than the defender that's guarding you, you have to take advantage.
Get him. Francis passes. Down right wing, 7 on the shot clock. No one around, but it's still missed by Francis. Walker grabs the defensive board. Just over 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Passes it. Watch the pick. Jordan gets airborne. Passes. Stay in. Weber has it. Ball. 7 seconds to shoot. Bryant shoots, tickles the twine.
Man, he can make that shot in his sleep. I love watching this guy shoot.
The Eastern All-Stars have the ball at a small deficit, 4-0. Kidd passes it. Antoine Walker takes the turnaround J. Puts too much on it. They've got to be thanking their lucky stars that shot went wide. That should have been an automatic, too. He was so wide open.
Caught by Francis.
Help down low. Bryant rises up, grabs the rim on the way down after the slam. Bryant is poetry in motion.
Yep, the first killer crossover, and then the dunk with authority.
I think we might have just seen the ESPN Player of the Week there. Jordan with the inbound. Just over 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Yo, step up. Jordan has the ball. Gets cut off by Garnett. Passes it. 7 on the shot clock. Jordan takes the wide open shot. Gets it to fall. He's money from there. Just wide open on the outside. And I'll tell you, it's all about fundamentals after that. Set, spot, release, and follow it through. The Western All-Stars are at the control. They're shooting 75% from the floor. From inside, bounces off the left rim and out. Garnett can't believe he blew that one, and neither can I. No excuse at the finish when you're that close. The off-the-glass lay-in was cashed in by Kidd. Just over 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Francis dishes it off. In low. Garnett pulls the trigger from the high post. Connects off the front rim. They left a big defensive opening out there on the outside, Bob. The offense found that opening, and they exploited it. Just under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Grabbed by Iverson. Pulls the trigger from 18. Doesn't get it all the way there. Iverson was playing the percentages there. He generally makes that shot, but not that possession. Booked that last layup by Weber. Jordan throws it in. The Eastern All-Stars have the ball but are trailing 10-4. Pick coming. Watch that look. Iverson puts it up. Can't get it to drop. Iverson has a first-rate mid-range game. Even though he missed that one, he has to keep taking that shot. Passes. Weber puts it up inside. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim. The defender really had his work cut out for him there. Against a superb inside guy like that, you've got to bring your big game. Ball. Kidd passes. Puts it up from 11. Gets the far iron, but it goes in. He has amazing touch from there, Bob. Shooting like that is almost a lost art. Well, quality outside shooting is more important with the rule changes allowing zone defense. It's a bonus to have a guy who can keep the defense honest and open up things down low. Passes it in the paint. Passes outside. Fires. Answers right back. Bryant gets the bucket, but he's the beneficiary of one heck of an assist right here. That's what a good teammate does. He gets you the ball right in the spot where you're most comfortable. And after that, it's up to you to knock it down, and that's what he does right here. They can go 2 for 1 here if they hurry, Bob. The Eastern All-Stars can cut into the lead with a basket here. Passes. They work it in. The Western All-Stars would love to extend their lead this trip down. Francis passes it. Bryant takes the shot from about 16. Doesn't get it all the way there. You cannot beat that kind of hands-on, in-your-face coverage. And it's so constant, too. That's a good example of how you play defense. Count that last jumper by Jordan. Duncan inbounds the ball. There's the horn, and at the end of one, it's 14-8. The Eastern All-Stars trail single digits after one, Rod. Any significant stats that leap out at you? Assists, Bob. Their offense is bogging down way too much in one-on-one situations, and teammates are not getting set up and aren't setting each other up. They need to create some more opportunities for each other like they've shown they can do from time to time. Passes it. Help down low. Puts it up. Nails it. Boy, that's a tough spot to be in against a shooter of his caliber. You've got to bring your all if you want to shut him down. The Western All-Stars work it up court. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor. Goes with the crossover. Puts it up. Amazing play, Rod. Let's check it out on the replay. Look at the replay right here, Bobby, and watch how he loses the defense. Loses the D? He posterized the D. That was a fantastic move. You're right. All he needs to do is go to that crossover for his score. It's as simple as that. The Eastern All-Stars would love to cut into the lead some more with a bucket here. Shoots from the paint. Kisses it off the right rim and in. Man, he is just in his element inside. What a player. The Western All-Stars can extend their lead this trip down. They'd love to do that. Francis dishes it off. It's stopped by Kidd. Bryant goes with the fadeaway. Gets the front rim. That's a nice job fighting on the offensive boards. Duncan capitalizes on the second chance opportunity. Mutombo with the inbound. Just under 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Passes. Uses the crossover. Jabs. Passes it. 7 seconds to shoot. Iverson launches from beyond the arc. Nichols the twine. He is just brutal on the defense from the three-point land, Bob. Truly one of the great shooters in this league. The Western All-Stars bring it up. They're shooting 69% from the floor. Nabbed by Bryant. Takes off. Gets fouled. He'll shoot a pair. Easy call right there. He was mugged. He gets the first of 2. He gets them both. Mutombo throws it in. The Eastern All-Stars have the ball. They're 5 out of their last 6 from the floor. Kidd passes the ball. Gets cut off by Francis. 7 on the shot clock. The jumper was buried by Iverson. Iverson didn't like what he saw there at first, so he gives a little pump fake to get a better look. It works like a charm here, too, and after the fake, just lines up for the J and drops it in, Rod. Ball. The Western All-Stars could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Down the paint. Takes a turnaround J. Can't answer back. Bryant is a proud warrior inside, so he has to be a little humble when he blows an easy one like that. Bonded. Seven seconds to shoot. Iverson releases, puts too much on it. Iverson has a first-rate mid-range game. Even though he missed that one, he has to keep taking that shot. Bryant goes up. Now is in double figures. Bryant is a high riser. I don't think he cares who's in his way when he takes it home. He isn't backing down from any confrontations tonight. Jordan inbounds the ball. The Eastern All-Stars can cut into the lead with a basket here. Passes.
Inside.
Mutombo fires from the right block. Yes! He's no threat for the Offensive MVP award, but his shooting was good enough to get the 2. The Western All-Stars are at the controls. They're shooting 66% from the floor. Now left side. Francis gets aggressive. Good position and tip by Duncan. They've been hitting the offensive glass hard the entire game, and that has put them on top. The Eastern All-Stars work it up court. They're 5 out of their last 6 from the floor. Kidd makes the pass. Goes with the crossover. Gets stopped by Garnett. Elevates. Can't get the bucket, but he gets the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Nice call by the ref. Definite contact on the shot. He can't get the first. He sinks the second. Weber with the inbound. The Western All-Stars would love to extend their lead this trip down.
I got it.
Passes it. Bryant gets up, gets fouled, and makes the bucket. He'll have an opportunity to add one at the charity stripe. I hope you had your VCRs running on that shot. You got that right. I'm amazed how he took the contact, altered the shot midair, flips it in, and now he's going to the line for one more. He's one of the few guys in the league with that kind of body control. He completes the three-point play. Mutombo will leave the floor. "55 seconds here in the second quarter. Lob. Takes a wide open shot. Takes it in. Wide open, Bob. That's a gimme. Francis passes. They push it inside. Weber holds the trigger from 8. Gets it to fall. He's money from there. That's the kind of shot where this guy really shines. He delivered that one with textbook precision. That's how you play this game. The Eastern All-Stars can trim this lead down and bring it close with a bucket here. O'Neal goes to the hook. Bounces it off the short side and in. That shot could have gone either way, but this time he had just the edge he needed to sink the basket. Bryant brings it up. He's 3 out of his last 6 from the floor. Passes. It's loose. The Eastern All-Stars touched it last right before it went out of bounds.
Substitution.
Mutombo will come back in the game. Weber throws it in. Shoots off the inbound. Can't drop the lightly contested shot. We've reached halftime with the score 29-24. Well, let's send it to Clark in the studio for a little halftime recap.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. Here's a quick breakdown of the numbers from the first half. The West All-Stars have taken more shots than their opponents, but they haven't been as selective. Their lower field goal percentage has them battling in a close game. Tim Duncan, in the first half, has a total of 6 points and 1 steal. A clear choice for our Sega Sports hot at the half player. That will do it for now. Make sure to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the conclusion of the game. We'll send you back to Bob and Rod.
Substitution for the All-Stars.
Jordan is looking for the ball. Jordan shoots. Can't drop down his shot. He's almost a guaranteed deuce from that range, but the D kept a little bit closer than his shadow. He's going away empty-handed. Top of the key. In low. Tosses it back out. Garnett shoots. Bounces off the left rim and out. Kevin Garnett looked to be in good position, but those mid-range jumpers can be tougher than they look sometimes. Inside pass. The ball's loose. The Eastern All-Stars will get the ball back after it sails out of bounds. Walker inbounds the ball. Gains some altitude. Gets fouled and makes the bucket. He'll have an opportunity to add one at the charity stripe. I hope you had your VCRs running on that shot. You got that right. I'm amazed how he took the contact, altered the shot midair, flips it in, and now he's going to the line for one more. He's one of the few guys in the league with that kind of body control. He completes the three-point play. The Western All-Stars can extend their lead this trip down. They'd love to do that. Passes it. Uses the crossover. Leaves the ground. It's blocked. Jordan passes it. Jordan has the ball. He's shooting 80% from the floor. Out on the wing. 45 quick. Blitz, 4 blitz. Kick coming. 7 on the shot clock. Off the front rim and missed by Iverson. Pass caught by Francis. The Western All-Stars have the rock. They're shooting 59% from the floor. Seven seconds to shoot. The J was off the mark by Bryant. Kidd with the ball. Kidd has the rock. He has 4 points from the paint. Watch that look. Lobbed it. Get up. From inside. Can't tie it up. Oh, Bobby, you gotta like the way he ripped that one down. Yanks it down inside. Nice rebound by the 10-year man out of Michigan. Passes. Uses the crossover. Gets cut off by Jordan. Gets pickpocketed.
Michael Jordan continues to pester the offense into coughing it up and coming away with big-time steals. A few more plays like that, and they just might squeak by with this one.
Pass outside. 7 on the shot clock. Kidd pops it up from 19 feet. Gets back iron and out.
Kidd misses it, but you had a pretty even matchup out there. That could have gone either way.
The alley was ooped in by Duncan. Mutombo with the inbound.
The Eastern All-Stars
Would love to cut into the lead some more with a bucket here. Iverson fires. Signals the twine.
The defender really had his work cut out for him there. Against a superb inside guy like that, you've got to bring your big game.
Francis dishes it off. 7 seconds to shoot. It's picked off.
The Eastern All-Stars
Head into the front court. They're shooting 56% from the floor. Goes with the crossover. Gets stopped by Garnett.
Nice steal by the D. Let him try and work that crossover move, and then you make sure you're right there to take the ball. Great play.
Passes it. In the paint. It's stolen.
Now, when you're down low like that, it's way too easy to get the ball stolen. Don't put it on the floor. Too many people, too crowded, too many hands. Too easy to get it taken away.
Caught by Kidd. Leaps up. Picks up his 5th point of the quarter. He has a total of 7.
Nice job to get back into this game. It was slipping away from them for just a bit, but now they're right back into it.
56 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Bryant wants it down low. Goes with the leaner. It's blocked. Takes the shot from the elbow. Gets it to fall. Good defense on the earlier block, but it didn't pay off.
Now, that's a guy that can light it up from out there. You have got to watch out for him. The Eastern All-Stars
Can tie it up with a basket this trip down. Kidd threw this one out of bounds and turns it over. McGrady looks fresh coming back on the floor.
For the All-Stars.
Weber throws it in.
The Western All-Stars
Have it. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor. Francis passes the ball. Takes a turnaround J. Can't get it to fall.
Chris Webber has a decent mid-range jumper, so that's a good shot even though it didn't fall for him.
Kidd brings it up. He's shooting 75% from the floor. Did I really see that? Let's see it again, Rod. Takes a quick shot. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim.
D. Francis.
We've just finished the 3rd quarter. The score, 36-33.
The Eastern All-Stars
Still couldn't get the lead and enter the 4th trailing single digits. What do you think has been the difference so far statistically, Rod?
assists, Bob. They're doing a great job creating opportunities, but they don't appear to be together defensively as they do offensively. They need to turn up the intensity and make some stops.
Weber inbounds the ball. Passes. They're inside. Kevin Garnett fades away inside. Can't drop in the lightly contested shot.
Garnett should have won that matchup inside, especially considering how good he is.
Iverson wants the ball.
The Eastern All-Stars
Bring it up. They're shooting 60% from the floor. Iverson buries his 13th point of the game. Great bucket, and they've turned it around for the first half.
Now, they weren't very crisp in the first half, Bob. Now they've got more snap, more quickness, and they're hitting the very same shots they missed earlier.
Francis has the ball. He's 2 of 4 from the floor. 7 on the shot clock. Puts it up from a step inside the line. Doesn't get the go-ahead bucket.
Bob, the D did a really nice job making sure that that shot went nowhere. So good at that.
Kidd makes the pass. Iverson has it. Iverson goes with a fadeaway. Sinks it and now has 15.
Iverson is normally pretty harmless when it comes to the drop step, but not this time.
Rod, when you have limited post-up skills, you know it's going to come down to your jumper.
You're right, Bob. He didn't have enough to get up to the rim. Who cares? A jumper and a layup, they both count the same.
Garnett with the inbound.
The Western All-Stars
Have the ball. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor. Passes it. It's blocked. Mutombo swatted it away for his 3rd block of the game.
The Eastern All-Stars
Could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Passes. Launches from beyond the arc. Brings a lightly contested shot. Francis is at the controls. He's shooting 50% from the floor. Francis passes. Goes with the crossover. Bryant gets airborne. Definitely on the way down there. That's goaltending. Count the bucket.
Substitution for the All-Stars.
Just under 3 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Passes it. Jordan puts it up. Drops in the well-defended shot.
Jordan starts off with the drop step here, but he quickly makes the decision to pull up the jumper.
Being decisive here is the key, right, Rod?
Time is money. Once you make your move, you have a split second to make the right decision, and in this case, it was the jam.
Garnett throws it in.
The Western All-Stars
Are at the controls. He's shooting 53% from the floor. Weber puts it up inside. Gets the front rim.
That is such smart defense when you're on the inside, and frankly, that wasn't his best work. The Eastern All-Stars
Half possession, and it's a 9-2 run. Iverson has the ball. 7 seconds to shoot. Walker shoots from 13 feet out. Puts too much on it.
Walker must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
Deflected and gathered by Walker.
You've got to love the projection right there. That's how you play the game. Makes this whole coach proud.
Kidd with the pass and picks up his 9th assist tonight. Francis works it up court. He's 2 of 5 from the floor. Francis passes it. It's loose.
The Eastern All-Stars
Were the last ones to get a piece of it before it went out of bounds. Weber inbounds the ball. Passes. 7 on the shot clock. Weber fires from the right block. Rolls it off the short side of the rim, then in.
That's an old basketball move, but the pump fake, still good.
I figured you'd like this play, Rod. He just nails the shot after shaking his man loose with a nice pump fake.
You figured me right, Bob. Call me old-fashioned, but a simple, effective move to get to the bucket, who can't love that?
Kidd is just an assist shy from a double-double. Grabbed by Jordan. Releases. Gets his 6th point of the period. He has a total of 15.
Mutombo is the kind of player that drives an offense. He can influence the game with his passing skills as much as with his shooting skill.
Duncan now has it. They work it in. Fades away inside. Has now hit double figures.
Tim Duncan.
Kidd with an assist here. He'll have 10 assists on the night. Skies gently drops it in. Weber with the inbound. Francis dishes it off.
The Western All-Stars
Work it up court. They're 2 out of their last 6 from the floor. Bryant releases from the stripe. Gets it to fall.
bad matchup for the D there, Bob. They're giving up way too many inches inside.
52 seconds here in the game. Passes it.
The Eastern All-Stars
We'll take a timeout here.
They can go 2 for 1 here if they want, Bob. Let's see how they manage the clock.
Lobbed. Takes the wide open shot. Answers right back.
Timeout All-Stars.
Weber throws it in. Bryant shoots off the inbound. Doesn't get it all the way there.
The Eastern All-Stars
will take their very last timeout.
The Eastern All-Stars
At the rock. They're shooting 100% from the arc. Francis with the personal. That's his first foul of the game. He gets the first of 2. He gets them both.
The Western All-Stars
will take their very last timeout. Garnett inbounds the ball. Francis passes the ball. Bryant takes a quick shot. Gets his 6th point of the period. He has a total of 19. Steve Francis with the personal. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. He gets the first of 2. He gets them both. Passes. Francis heads up court. He's shooting 40% from the floor. Takes off. Scores his 12th point with a bucket there.
Tim Duncan.
Weber with the personal. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. He gets the first of 2. He gets them both. Duncan with the inbound.
The Western All-Stars
Head into the front court. They're shooting 55% from the floor. The train was missed by Francis. Duncan with the personal. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the line for 2. He gets the first of 2. He's off on the 2nd. Weber corrals the defensive glass. Francis has it. He's shooting 50% from the arc. Francis launches from beyond the arc. Francis from the arc. That's 2 from downtown. Cannons this one the entire length of the court and can't answer back with a 3. That's the end of the ball game. Your final score, 57-51. That'll do it for this preseason game. Make sure you catch SportsCenter so you can stay on top of the latest news in the sports world. Check your local listings for the correct time and channel. That's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Thanks for joining us here at the ESPN postgame show. I'm Clark Dishman. The East All-Stars come away with a 6-point win over the West Coast All-Stars. They look to be in good form as they prepare for the regular season. The East All-Stars proved to be just too much tonight. They shot a much higher percentage, and that ended up being the key statistic. Kimby Mutombo finished with a total of 2 points and 4 blocks. He's our ESPN Player of the Game. He was the difference tonight. Well, that will do it for now. Make sure to tune into ESPN during the regular season for all the game's highlights and insight. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you then.